You're listening to episode 41 of the Dan and Kody podcast.
And Bran.
As you heard, that is Brandon Alinger. He's our special guest today. We got Dan Hill rocking the mic, and I'm wearing no pants. Play that jam.
This is the Dan and Kody podcast.
A toy boat.
The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
This is the Dan and Kody podcast.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Saddle up, partner.
Kody is wearing pants.
He's gotta be.
I don't normally.
Brandon has been trying to get on this podcast ever since we started.
There was a long line.
Every day he's like, yo, when can I get on this thing?
I've been getting the texts.
Yes.
Yeah, and the Skype messages.
Many Skypes.
Late night calls
To
from
I
Jillian begging me
like,
that
please.
we put Brandon on the podcast.
Jillian, she texted me, she mailed me a letter and was like, Dear Dan, please put Brandon on the podcast.
Yeah, I won this in a charity auction last week. Top bidder.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
And we just want to give a shout out to all those poor kids that now get hats thanks to Brandon's donation.
Yeah, LA Galaxy hats.
Well done.
What's the relation here? What's happening? You guys look like you could be brothers.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're both from Columbia, Maryland, and I've basically known Brandon my entire life. Growing up in Columbia, we went to same schools, elementary, middle, high, not college, and then Brandon moved out to California in 2007.
Yep.
Yeah, 2007.
April 07.
And then Brandon was like, Dan, I got no friends out here. Please come. And I was like, all right, I'll come out there.
Trendsetter.
And then Brandon built where we are today. Prop store. New Dan and Kody location.
Hey, this is a new Dan and Kody. Thank you for letting us come out here and record, Brandon.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for coming.
We come to you.
Broadcasting to you live. It's like we're not live, are we?
We record live.
Right.
Whatever
that means.
You have to record
Yeah.
live, otherwise you can't record in the past, Dan.
They say that, though.
Who says that?
The people.
Oh, them.
They're like, recording live. We're
Yeah,
like
them.
a live studio audience.
Yeah.
That type of shit. But yeah, so...
Okay, well, that's amazing. So you guys have known each other for most of your lives then, by the
Long
sounds
time.
of it. So would you say you two know each other probably better than each other?
Ooh.
maybe.
I don't know what that means. We know each other very well.
Good.
It's
A lot
possible,
of games of neighborhood sports, baseball, hocky.
Yeah. A
And
lot of
that's-
roller hockey.
And that's what's kept you guys bonded.
Yeah, I meant today. We played a lot of games.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's what we were doing before this. That's why I'm all sweaty.
Brandon was the king of the wall pass in roller hockey.
Off the
Kill
curb.
you.
Off the
Kill
curb.
you on that thing.
Wall pass, explain this to me.
So, like, you want to explain it?
Well, there's not a lot to explain. It's basically you're trying to advance past the defense in roller hockey, and you're playing on the neighborhood cul-de-sac, so you've got a curb on your left. And so you slap the ball off that curb and skate past the other guy and pick it up on the other side and pop it in the net.
It's like
Okay,
the
all
equivalent like throwing a ball off a
So
backboard. and, like,
once you got past everybody, I mean, how would you say your skills were in putting it in the net?
Roller hockey.
Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah.
strong.
That was okay.
Strong to quite strong.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Athletic guy.
Yeah. Those games were dope. We had these other neighbors, and they had their family made a rule that when I played, they had to wear helmets.
Okay.
If I wasn't playing, no helmets.
Right.
If you weren't playing, no helmets. If you were playing, they'd have to wear helmets.
If Dan Hill was in the game, you had to wear helmets.
Maybe you could give a little insight as to what it is you do for work and what
Sure.
has made you a renowned mind.
Ooh.
I know.
Well, I'll give you the first one.
Okay,
Prop
and then-
store
Yeah.
is where we are at the moment. And prop store is all about selling film props and costumes as collectibles, as you may know. So our job is to source from all over the world the actual pieces of movies and television, props, costumes, set decoration pieces, production materials, artwork, drawings, whatever it might be. And we sell those to collectors all over the world in auctions like the one that we're going to have in late September in London, and the Twilight auction that we're going to have in November in Hollywood. So we spend a lot of time working with studios and production companies and people who work in the film industry trying to procure these items and then sort of quarterbacking them out to people who are fans of that particular title all over the world, and it's fun. We enjoy it.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, if you're a huge fan film or a huge fan of
Film.
Sorry.
Although you actually are a huge fan of film.
I am a huge fan.
Part of a huge fan.
That's right. It's partially.
We'll
my
come
life.
back to that.
Yes, right. No, but I mean, if you are a huge fan of films, which I certainly am, and you're one that does like to collect things, which I am not, I have to say that's an incredible thing, because just being here right now, we're kind of in a small display room in the prop store, and you guys have some pretty amazing stuff that we have over here on the wall. I have to say, my favorite piece, aside from the Moonwalker Michael Jackson, which is amazing, is
Stage 4, Michael transformation.
Stage 4, and I realize you have a mask from the original Star Wars, which is pretty amazing. But I do have to say, I'm loving the color of this alien from 2009 J.J. Abrams' Star Trek movie. Love that.
Well, I think you're predisposed to like Star Trek because you do have a Starfleet insignia on the back of your calf.
You have to like.
That is a little
How many times has that
secret.
come up in prior episodes?
Never-
A lot.
Or are we
Well,
spilling the
does
beans?
it?
With
Handy J.
Yeah, Handy
we
J.
explained the source of where it came
and
from.
we did an episode on bro tats.
We did. What's your bro tat, Brandon?
I'm tatless.
Sure he is.
His tat is the no tat, which will be like a tat
Dude,
once you're older.
I never had a cavity. No tattoos here.
I think,
Well, Mr. 8 times I brush a day.
Too clean
dude,
cut.
I think, dude, in 20 years, like Brandon will be like, whoa, like he has no tattoos. That'll be the weird.
He's gonna be
thing.
like the 52, 53-year-old like Harley Davidson owner that takes him and Jillian will be like,
Yeah.
babe, you want to get on the hog this weekend?
Yeah, because all the normal people have like full sleeves now.
Yeah, exactly.
I just never had the buzz. I don't know.
Hey,
It's not
I
for
don't
me.
either. I mean, I have the one tat, and the only reason I did it was because a buddy and I was moving away. He's like, we should do something to remember each other by.
Was it Dan?
No. I mean,
Not yet. We're gonna get this logo sorted out.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
later.
yeah, that's right. Buddy.
And then we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
There you go.
But so a lot of people, like the dream in life for a lot of people is to work in a field that you absolutely love. And fortunately enough, like me and you, we do that. You know, we love movies. We always grew up loving movies. And my question, I guess, is there a defining moment when you were like, Star Wars is my jam? Like, I want to do this a lot forever.
And just so people know, because Brandon's not the type of guy that's going to brag about his accolades, but Brandon Alinger has a book published with the help of the Star Wars ILM.
Well, it's a book that I wrote for Lucasfilm. So
You
it's published by
wrote it.
Chronicle Books.
Yes,
It's
Chronicle
called
Books.
Star Wars Costumes, the original trilogy. And
It's on Amazon right now.
It is on Amazon. Yeah, it covers all the costumes of the first 3 Star Wars films. And then after I did that one, which came out a couple of years ago, we did a new book called Star Wars Art Ralph McQuarrie, which comes out at the end of September.
Oh,
And-
I'm very much looking
Yeah.
forward to this. I have the costumes book. I look at it regularly before I go to bed, just so
I'm
I
glad
can
you do.
prepare myself.
Pages are all sticky.
Yes, they are, especially the Han
So
and Jabba
weird.
pages.
So weird.
So
The Han and Jabba
when we
pages.
say that like Brandon wrote the book on Star Wars, he literally wrote 2 of them.
A book. Yeah.
A book.
Like
Yeah.
2 books.
Couple
2
books now. That's right.
Couple books. So, but like, yeah, is there a moment like in childhood when you were like, "Yep, I have to like pursue this"?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think like a lot of people, when I got out of college, I was just trying to work out what to do with myself, what the next steps were.
Yeah.
And I studied film production and economics. And if anything, I wanted to go into the world of film production and filmmaking. But I got involved with collecting props and costumes myself, sort of as a hobby, and I was just super interested in it. And it was a very niche group. There were not a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
One of the only people doing it professionally was Stephen Lane, who founded Prop Store in 1998 in London. And so I had met him several times. I've been to London a few times and sort of observed everything that they were up to there. And I just thought it was a really cool operation. And I just was sort of very impressed with the fact that there was a whole group of people there making a living doing what to me just seemed like a huge amount of fun.
Right.
And of course, at that time, I didn't see the hard work side, or not as much. But, so it seemed like an interesting thing to do. And at one point, I was actually going to go to London and work with Prop Store over there after I got out of college. And we went through the whole process, got a work permit, like a visa to go to
you were
London.
ready to rock, huh?
All that stuff, yeah. And
I didn't know that.
Sort of at the 11th hour, we had a epiphany where we realized that it actually made a lot more sense for me to move from Maryland, where I was living at the time, to Los Angeles, where we are right now, and open up a division of Prop Store there rather than going out to work with the guys in London.
Right.
And that's how we got here.
And that was 2007.
That was 2007. Yeah, I moved to California April 07, and I think we incorporated Prop Store on June 1st, 2007, so we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary.
Hey, man, congrats. I mean,
Yeah, man.
you've done a whole hell of a lot in 9 years.
Thanks.
10 years.
Not just me, Dan, and a lot of other people.
No, I
Steve.
I was
understand.
here, baby.
Oh, Dan was here. Yeah, he was on your couch, I imagine.
There's almost, he was for a few days, yeah. But we have, I think we have something like 17 or 18 employees now. So we're busy, yeah.
Very, very busy. When I first started, it was like a sort of a helper role, and we were in this like box of a garage basically with like, I don't know how big that office was. It was like a closet.
Yeah, well, our first facility was under 1,000 square feet, and now we have more than 12,000 square feet. So we keep filling them up.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do, get the stuff in. And we're going to move again in January to an even bigger facility, and then we're going to fill that one up.
Nice. Yeah.
We should talk about the upcoming auctions,
Yeah.
which Kody will be bidding in.
Dude.
I will. I'll be bidding on Greenhead over here.
Let me
Is
see
is he in the auction?
Let me see my cheat sheets.
That one is not.
Oh, he's
I
not.
told you, we'll make a deal tonight.
So with Prop Store, the latest auction is the Entertainment Memorabilia Live auction. It's our third one on September 27th at Odeon BFI IMAX Theater, right?
That is right. So
Yeah.
highlights in that one, we got some great stuff, right? On the
Yeah.
front cover of the catalog, there's a TIE Fighter pilot helmet from Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
We also have the original clapperboard from Jaws. There's a
Awesome.
great photograph of Steven Spielberg holding that exact clapperboard, which is pretty damn cool. We've got some great Ray Harryhausen artwork. We've got some great items from Warner Brothers, including the bat suit from Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, and the bat pod.
Dude, the Bat
The
Pod is
motorcycle.
amazing.
And Bane's costume. You got
Dude.
Bane's costume.
Oh
from
my
Dark
God,
Knight
that's amazing.
Rises.
These are all
the real deal, straight
real
out of
deal.
Warner Brothers archives.
Beautiful.
Originals.
Yeah.
man.
Where, if I wanted to, if I didn't obviously get a book, where would I go to check this out?
Just check out propstore.com or propstore.com/auction. You'll find it. It won't be hard.
You can register online. The terms and conditions are all there. You can preview the catalog. You can order the catalog.
Okay, I'll look forward. I'll check
There's
it out.
so much cool stuff.
A lot
in
of
this
good stuff in
auction.
that one. And then we've got the Phil Tippett auction, right?
That's right. Phil Tippett auction, October 10th.
Who's Phil Tippett?
Phil Tippett is an Academy Award-winning visual effects artist and filmmaker. So Phil Tippett got his start in the 1970s as a stop-motion animator, and his sort of break into feature films, as I understand it, was working on the first Star Wars, where he animated the chess game sequence that Chewbacca's playing with R2-D2 on the Falcon.
Very
Remember that
memorable
one?
sequence. Yes.
Yep.
Let the Wookiee win.
And then he made some masks for the Cantina, like that one behind us there, which is going to be in the auction. And he made the trash compactor monster, which is over in the other corner.
Boom.
The Dianoga. And then he worked on Empire Strikes Back and Dragon Slayer and Return of the Jedi and Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then he started Tippett's Studio, and they did the RoboCop films. They did Starship Troopers, all the visual effects for that. And they've done visual effects for many, many other movies.
My favorite, Jurassic Park.
That's right. He
Did
did
a lot.
Jurassic Park. Yeah, he supervised animation with the dinosaurs on Jurassic Park. So we have some very cool stuff from that one. We have some cool maquettes, some models of the Jeeps that were used for animatics. We've got some
Yeah.
very cool artwork. Lots of artwork from different
Storyboards.
movies.
Awesome.
Original Jurassic
Hand-drawn
Park.
stuff, scripts, production materials, all kinds of things. That's a really fun auction, actually. If you're into movies of that period, there's really good stuff in there.
Yeah, there's some really cool
Well, I look
shit.
forward to it. I'll check it out.
Please do check that one out. And then we also have...
Twilight Saga auction.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Brandon's favorite movie next to Star Wars.
Yeah.
All 5 Twilight films in one auction over 2 days
Holy
at the
cow.
Chinese Theater in Hollywood.
November 19th and 20th at the TCL Chinese Theater.
gonna be-
Any big items in that one that people might remember?
We've got Jacob's motorcycle.
Okay, wow.
We've also
Fully
got
running
Jacob's
motorcycle.
Yes,
Oh, wow,
and
okay.
Jacob's jorts.
Ooh, very nice.
Those jorts, man.
I
But
would
here's the
love
question.
to get into Jacob's shorts.
Are Jacob's jorts called jorts because they're jean shorts or Jacob shorts?
I think Jacob shorts.
Could be either one.
They're very jortsy.
We've got Edward's costumes. We've got Bella's costumes. We've got all the good stuff.
Beautiful.
We've got the Wiltshire.
We have the.
We have 900 lots.
You're getting married soon. We have the
The wedding arch.
The wedding arch.
Oh man, we
And
could
the
really use that
benches.
at our venue.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
the lovely wooden benches from the wedding, and we also have the nightmare wedding dress, which is the wedding dress covered in blood, which could be an interesting look.
Yeah, totally.
Maddie might be into that.
She's into a lot of blood.
But yeah, man, we're pumped for
I
all
don't
these
know what that
auctions,
means.
dude.
Well, that's awesome. Well, so everybody, go ahead and check that out. Check out propstore.com. You'll have more information. Figure out how to register online. There's certainly an option and a tab to do that.
Propstore.com/auction.
And you'll be able to find everything you need there.
All right, you crazy kids. I want to tell you about a company called JC Room Blocks. If you have 10 or more out-of-town guests coming to an event near you, you have a wedding, you have a barbecue, you have a bat mitzvah, a family gathering of sorts, a bris, whatever. You call JC Room Blocks. They do weddings, family reunions, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, corporate events, holiday parties. They research hotels for your wedding in venues, and they find you the best deals. The best deals. Since they're certified travel agents, they can get you the lowest possible rates. On top of discounted rates, they can also negotiate highly discounted bridal suites, shuttle service, and food and beverage functions. If you go to jcroomblocks.com and you mention the Dan and Kody podcast, they'll waive their fee, which makes their service to you completely free. Free consultation, man. They're on Facebook too, and Twitter and Instagram. jcroomblocks.com. I'm telling you, man, they will hook you up. Nobody wants to deal with hotels when they're booking for their events. jcroomblocks.com. So you're a Star Wars lover, of course. Are you one of those purist Star Wars lovers, or are you somebody who can appreciate the prequels and likes Episode 7? Like, where's your? Do you have a stance?
I thought Episode 7 was a lot of fun. I mean, for me, it's like there's nothing like the original 3, no matter what, because those are the ones that meant a lot to me when I was a kid. So that's where the emotional connection is. That's
Right.
the core of it. And the other ones are sort of all interesting. I don't know if I hate any of them. I don't think that I love the prequels. I don't think that they're great movies, but I'll watch them, you know?
You like the lore.
There are moments, for sure.
Yeah.
And 7, you know, I could share a lot of the criticisms that other people put out on it, and I don't know if it was super original, but I don't think it was really trying to be. And I had a lot of fun in the theater watching it.
Yeah.
You know, they introduced some great characters there. Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
He's
Kylo's
badass,
really
you know?
cool.
Great design. Awesome.
I felt all of the new characters were actually what I wanted to watch. It's
Yeah.
strange.
And 7's tough because they have to introduce everybody. There's all these people that you don't know at
Right.
all. So I feel the door has been opened for 8, and 8 could actually be really great because now you sort of know these people a little bit.
Yeah.
And they can go in and
Play
just
around.
focus on, just doing stuff with them.
I dig Poe. Like, watching it over again, it's like you don't really know a lot about him, but I think he will be pretty cool. You're rolling your eyes at me, Kody.
Please.
You don't like Poe.
Oh, come on.
Poe's cool, man.
I have a surprise for you guys. We have a leaked copy of the episode 8 script, and we're going to do a live read.
Table
Right
read.
here today. We're going to pull Michael in, and there's going to be 4 of us.
That's right. Michael has to
And,
play all the women
let's do
parts.
it.
Yeah.
Michael's
gonna be great.
playing every Wookiee.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually the alien script, so it only has the alien dialogue. in it,
sweet.
So it's gonna be a lot.
That'll
of
be
that.
great. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. Finn,
So,
Poe.
what are your thoughts on? Because not only being a fan of that, because you're well known in Star Wars community from a historical standpoint, because you're kind of in a way a Star Wars historian, being that you're in the prop industry, and being that you are so connected to those that have been involved in Star Wars.
And have traveled the world to, like, tons and tons of places.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on? And I'm curious. This is my own personal request because I'm a fan of the Old Republic storylines. Do you like them?
I don't know if I know what that is.
The Knights of the Old Republic storyline, Star Wars.
Those, they're like pre-books
So
and
do
video
you
games.
you just watch the movies?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, we'll move
It's
on.
like
Wait,
the
what
video-
is that?
Old Republic.
Serious?
Fill me in.
Knights
Yeah.
of the Old Republic,
I got
like the
nothing.
stuff before, like Revan,
It's like a video
And
game
What's
storyline.
Revan?
Darth Revan.
I got
No.
nothing. Never heard of it.
You're so full of shit.
I swear, I really don't know what that
Serious?
is. I don't know.
Oh my god!
It's from video games. I don't play
Well,
any
the
of the video games.
stories are video
so
games, but they also have written a ton of books.
I don't
Yeah,
read
there's
that
a
stuff.
lot of old books.
You don't?
A long time ago, I read like the first books they came out with, like the Timothy Zahn books.
Yeah.
You
Those were
familiar with
good.
those?
That were originally
Grand
supposed
Admiral
to be like.
Thrawn and
Yeah.
But I can't remember anything. I mean, that was a long time ago.
There's so much
came
of
out
that
more than
now.
20
What
years
about
ago.
what about Darth Plagueis? Did you read that?
I know that name, but I think from the films.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's who. What's his face is.
Oh, you
Snoke?
think he's?
Yeah.
You think?
He is actually. So I read the book, and it's
Yeah.
basically
Force
Uh,
Awakens book.
no.
Oh.
Palpatine's. He's Palpatine's master,
Okay.
and he ends up destroying him.
Yeah.
But the whole point is he's like this secretive, very very hidden dark leader, and kind of at the end of it he ends up killing him, but you don't know if he kills him. It's a weird kind of
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah.
But it kind of leaves an open door to what could potentially be.
That's interesting.
And it's kind of interesting because he, if he ends up coming in and being because the guy whoever Snoke is, he's easily, some kind of lead
Supreme.
Dark Lord of some sorts, right?
Yeah.
He's a baddie.
Yeah, he's a baddie. He's
Yeah.
got to be with that face.
I tell you what, I was about to walk out of the theater when I thought for a second he was like some giant. I was like,
that
dude,
was
I gotta
very
go.
odd. Yeah. That was a weird beat.
Yeah, I was like, thank God he's not a giant.
But yeah, I don't follow the books and stuff. I guess
That's
I'm not that
interesting.
interested in like the
You
story
like to- you
or the
like-
story. There's too much content, and to be honest,
you're
it's
just
like
you're a Skywalker guy.
yeah,
And
it's
it's
really
it's
it's just
very
about those
opinion-y.
films. It's just about those films for me. It's like it's sort of a self-contained thing, and I love the films from a nostalgic point of view. I love the way that I felt about them when I was younger, and sort of conjuring up those feelings again. I also have a deep appreciation for just how successful those movies are as movies,
Yeah.
and how well they tell a story, and a very interesting story
Yeah.
in that time period. But I don't spend a lot of time thinking about where the Ewoks came from or anything like that.
No, I mean, why would they're terrible?
It sounds like you might.
I love the Ewoks. Dude,
I mean, I don't like the Ewoks. I think the Ewoks are
as a kid, I used to watch and play Battle of Endor like
The movie?
every day.
Yeah.
The movie, the Ewok Adventure with Sindel
Yeah.
and fucking Wicket.
See, not a lot of Star
Sindel's-
Wars fans know that.
Like
so that's-
Sindel's
Well,
family gets killed.
I think I watched it maybe twice.
I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Battle for Endor is sort of it's okay. It's much easier to watch than the other one.
That's
The
where
other
my
one's a
love
little
for
tough.
Wicket comes from.
Right.
Not he's very minimal in
They're-
Return of the Jedi.
They're
but
for little kids. Those things. I mean, they're designed
I
for
was
like
a little
4-year-olds.
kid. Yeah.
4-year-olds and Dan.
Dude, I watch that right now. Let's watch that movie right now.
No.
YouTube. What about the holiday special? Have you seen that?
Oh God, no.
You've never seen it at all.
I've seen like
You've probably seen bits of it.
I've seen
on
like
YouTube
5
or
minutes
whatever.
of like
Yeah.
a Wookiee.
Yeah.
The Wookiee.
You don't need to watch a
conversation.
lot of it, but it's sort of interesting just for what it is and its place in history. It's interesting. It has the original cast in there right after the first
Yeah.
movie. It's just sort of like, how did that happen?
I wonder.
Sneak it in,
I wonder if they knew
That would never happen today.
like yeah,
don't get paid to do television.
like if they knew how big it would be. Did they know then it was big when
I
they
think
did
so.
the holiday special?
Yeah, I think they started on it well after the first movie was released.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it was a secret. I think it was just one of those things that didn't quite turn out the way people pictured it when they started on it,
Right.
And they were doing it while they were doing The Empire Strikes Back. So George Lucas and Gary Kurtz and the key creative people from the movie, they were sort of involved early on, and then they couldn't spend that much time on it because they were trying to make The Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah,
and that was the big important thing. And they sort of just turned the reins over on the holiday special to this variety show television producer group
Yeah.
who kind of just ran away with it and just came up with everything they could. Like,
Hey.
what if we did this? What if we did that?
Has there ever been any explanation for why on Earth they made a scene of all Wookiee dialogue for like an extended period of time?
I don't know. I don't know if I have an
Like,
answer for
let's
that.
find that guy and be like, dude, what? Why? Why'd you do that?
Well, I know one director quit the project,
Oh, really?
and then they brought another director in. So, the first director we interviewed him when we did our Ralph McCoy book, his name is David Akamba, I believe.
Huh.
And yeah,
Nice. If you had to recast Star Wars main characters today with actors today,
yeah.
Luke, Leia, Han, and Lando, Who would you put in those positions?
Tough.
I like Matt Damon as Luke.
What about Cody Frederick?
Ooh, Cody Frederick.
Easily play Lando just because of my
Easy
charisma.
Lando. You'd have to do like a Tropic Thunder facial
You're
reconstruction.
telling me I need to be blackface for that?
Yeah, you got to go blackface.
See, look at you. You're so racial.
Every movie needs a
Lando could
controversy
be any
now.
race, man. Any race.
I don't know.
I'd actually put John Boyega as Luke.
Lando.
As Luke. There you go.
No, not as Lando. As Luke.
That's kind of what
man.
they did, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly
Sort
what
of,
they
yeah.
did. And then I'd end up putting in oh hell, what's her name?
Leia, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Boom.
Ooh, that's
Come
pretty
on.
good.
That's not bad.
I don't know.
What do you think?
Carrie Fisher would be brought back as Chewbacca. And then
No, seriously, who would you put in there? Like off the top of your
I
head.
don't know. It's hard.
I think Maggie Gyllenhaal is perfect as a Leia.
no, man, you need somebody tiny as a Leia.
Young Maggie
Charo.
Gyllenhaal.
The thing is, once the movies come out, you can't really ever imagine
No.
anyone else in the
No,
role.
you
I think,
can't.
especially knowing it only as a movie, if you knew it as a script 1st, then you have to think about like who's going to be in this role, who's going to be in that role, and then when you see the movie later, you might go, that's not how I pictured it, and maybe then you can consider stuff like that. But I think if you're introduced to it as a movie, it's pretty difficult to really imagine anyone else
Yeah.
doing it.
You know, they put Forrest Whitaker in Rogue One because he was going to be Jabba in Return of the Jedi.
I
That's
don't
not
think true.
That's not true.
This whole podcast, we're going to
Check the
insert
facts.
we're going to insert weird lies, and Brandon's going to be like,
Check
"No,
the
I don't think
facts.
so."
Yeah. Well, I
Can we Snopes that?
Snopes it.
Get that on the Snopes.
Hey there, listener! Check out our podcast, Questionable Viewing Habits.
We're a TV recrap podcast.
Hey, Tim, did you just say recrap?
I sure did, Jamie. We watch crap TV.
We watch old crap.
We watch new crap.
We watch crap from the 90s.
We watch reality crap.
All the crap that you want recrapped for your crappage, we're gonna crap it up for you.
So check out our crap on iTunes now.
You, Brandon Alinger, are the head of NASA Space Exploration. And you are tasked with putting 5 things into a capsule and sending it off into space to be discovered by aliens to, like, represent the Earth, sort of. Mm-hmm. So what 5 things are you putting in that capsule? They could be anything. Like, Kody put Adele CD, I think.
21.
Marshall put in chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. And
Yeah, Marshall just primarily put in food.
yeah, and like the Ice Age 2 soundtrack. Shit like that.
That's very specific.
I put in a the DVD of Starship Troopers in a case that said World History
Yeah, he did. He
to
did.
scare the aliens.
Yeah, it's good.
I was going to go just something very generic, like a book.
Oh, wow, you're just
shows
gonna
that we
put a
know-
book in there,
Shows that we know
huh?
how to write.
Star Wars costumes.
Yeah, maybe
Send
my
them-
book.
Send
Yeah,
them
there
your
we go.
book.
I don't know. That's difficult.
Come on, try. This is a podcast.
So the idea is that they're going to encounter it. Alien life is going to encounter it, and they're going to discover what
Yeah.
Earth is all about through this thing.
correct.
Yes.
Like these things are out there. Like there's capsules with like notes in it and like
Yeah. Like a time capsule.
encrypted. Yeah.
Well, how about the Star Wars trilogy on Blu-ray?
Ooh.
Nice. That's good. You got to throw that on Blu-ray. You got to make sure they.
I do think there should be a book in there showing that we can read. And
What
write.
book?
Or maybe
We
a
can-
newspaper.
Is there a particular date or
that's
time? Is there a particular book that you feel
Well,
should be represented?
There probably is, but
The art of the deal. Donald Trump.
I'd like to not be forced to make these decisions on a podcast. I think we should think about it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a
Twizzlers.
newspaper from some historic event, hopefully a positive one, maybe.
That'd be cool.
Men go to space.
There you go.
Yeah, we landed on
That's
the
a good
moon.
one.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's nice.
Maybe some pictures
Okay.
What kind of pictures?
of people.
Oh, of people. Wow.
This is what we look like.
You're killing me with the excitement here, Brandon.
Dude, I'm trying to get the core message across.
Yeah.
You guys are trying
We
to
need
fucking...
pictures. We want to make sure there's some kind of food in there so they know we eat.
Yeah, you want them to be Adele fans.
Hey.
I'm trying to make first contact over
Well,
here.
the specifics are the little things are what make it.
What else did you put in there? A plant?
I don't remember.
I think you did a plant.
Didn't I put a stuffed dog in there that
A
said
stuffed
man's
dog?
best friend?
Yeah, and your mom's spaghetti.
My mom's spaghetti.
I was going to
so
say
good.
some Chipotle tacos.
There you go.
This is what we eat.
This is what we.
Because then, like, maybe that's a defense too, because they could get like Ebola.
How about a flyer for a prop store auction? You think they bid?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Get some
You've
serious-
given them the Star Wars trilogy. Maybe you can throw some Star
Yeah,
Wars items
yeah.
in there and see
Yeah.
what kind of bids you get. Bling, blop, bling, blop, blop. Oh, we got a bidder of 40,000 pounds.
How do you just launch it into space? Like, which direction is it going?
Doesn't matter,
It
man.
just floats
Anywhere.
dude.
Infinite, man.
Yeah.
But once you start it on a path, it's going to carry on that path, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
It will
Yeah.
unless some other force pushes it off. That
Like Matthew McConaughey.
There's
He's out
right,
there.
man.
Yeah.
There's definitely I've definitely heard a story where there is a capsule floating out there and it has like a Michael Jackson album or like a song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then like there's some kind of like
Beatles
on
song.
one of the Voyager probes that we had sent up into space that went past like Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
There is a disc, like a phonographic disc that has sounds of animals, and
Really?
it has a image of like man and what we look like, man and woman. It's got a whole
See
like,
pictures.
It's scary, dude.
it shows some mathematical things, but they've really actually done this.
Yeah.
And NASA really did this with this whole like, and it's a gold disc, and you can actually look it up, and it's got a
It's pretty dangerous, I feel, and a little irresponsible of them to just send shit into space and be like, here's where to find us. Like, what if there is something out there?
Yeah.
And then they got the jump on us, man.
Well, that's the
Like,
other
they
thing.
know how we do everything.
That's the other thing too, because the contents actually show where we're located.
Yeah. Like, someone's going to open that
yeah.
shit up and be like, let's fuck these people up. This is a blatant sign of disrespect.
Here's a map to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually inside of it we ended up sending Bach, Mozart, Beethoven, Stravinsky, Blind Willie Johnson, Chuck Berry. Some pretty amazing stuff, and we also did the first images are mathematical physical quantities and of the solar system and its planets, along with DNA and human anatomy and reproduction.
So it's basically just a show and tell of like, look what we can do.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not enough that they found this weird, strange metal piece of equipment in the middle of space.
Yeah. That's why I'd send them like the Guinness Book of World Records.
Look
Like,
how, when you learn how to
see that
read,
guy's
it's
name?
Encyclopedia.
Yeah.
yeah.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
So I wonder if we received one, what would be in it?
Ooh. It'd probably be like,
I don't know.
You
I
wouldn't
mean,
even you probably just- you
if a
wouldn't
guy
even
by the name of
understand it.
Brandon Alinger sent it, I don't know, a book, maybe, you know.
Probably you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know what it was.
Yeah,
like
we-
you would look at the stuff and just be like, "What is this?"
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, if you're still to send that, if we're to send anything into space, imagine just receiving that. It's like, well, I guess, I don't know, do I wear this on my head?
it'd like land in the Atlantic and it would cause like a tidal wave at first and then it would get investigated and
watch
then
too many movies.
half the world would be like, blow it up. We don't want to look at it. They'll think it's like a bomb or something. And then the other half of the planet would be like, no, open it. Let's communicate. And then there would be a war. And then
Colin Kaepernick kneels. So
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with it.
then Colin Kaepernick kneels on it. But no, I bet we just blow it up if someone tried to send us a time capsule.
Nah, that wouldn't happen. Not a chance. It's too valuable to just let be.
Yeah, I saw Independence Day. They'd take it somewhere.
That's true. See?
You'd hold signs.
And just so you know,
Study it.
things have
Land
fallen
here.
to the planet Earth, Area 51,
oh, yeah.
aliens.
Aliens!
Anyway.
Dan, has Moxie been on the podcast yet?
Not yet. No.
She,
When's
would-
that
she did a
coming?
little...
She may, like, I haven't put her, I want to put her up to the mic and have her, like, introduce herself. But until then, she's just kind of in the background, like,
Right.
So,
Yeah, she makes some oogie googie noises.
has she?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have a baby soon.
Baby, coming in, yeah.
You excited?
I am excited.
Baby time!
November 26th.
Holy cow.
That's the
I
due
know.
date.
That is Thanksgiving.
Something like 70 days away.
Are you nervous?
Crazy.
What are
little
your
bit.
biggest fears about being a father?
I guess just the change in day-to-day life and schedule and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just the fact that
Yeah.
you got to have it on your mind constantly.
Yeah.
But I'm not that worried about it. A lot of people have done it for a long time. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have done it. A lot of people have failed.
What it
Like Mr. and Mrs. Frederick.
clearly? Oh, I want to get your take on this. So, are you? It's a boy, right?
It is a boy.
It is a boy.
Got a boy coming in.
So, how are you going to deliver Star Wars to him? Like, are you gonna show him 1, 2, 3?
It's a tough
and
one.
then 4, 5, 6, or are you gonna go 4, 5, 6?
I think
7,
4, 5,
1,
6.
2, 3.
I think 4, 5, 6 definitely, because I would like to preserve things like the Yoda surprise in Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh, yeah.
The introduction of Yoda is really great in that movie, but if you've seen the prequels, then it doesn't.
Yoda's there right at the
spoiled.
beginning. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So yeah, but I don't know if after 6 you go 1, 2, 3 or you go 7. I don't know if that matters. They go either way with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The real question is like what age? That's on my mind with the kid in general. It's like what age for all these things? What age for a movie? What age for like Disneyland? What age for a baseball game?
Dude,
because I'm ready to rock, and Jillian's like, they need to be older.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Jenny to let me take Moxie to the Galaxy game, and she's like, no, she's too young. She's too young. And then we saw somebody with pictures. They took their like newborn to a baseball game. I'm like, come on.
The question is, I mean, it's sort of a question of, is it for you or is it for them? Because if it's like you want to go to the Galaxy game and you need to take Moxie, then you sort of take her.
Right.
But at a month old or whatever,
Yeah.
even a couple months old, she doesn't care
Yeah,
about
with-
much of
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So there's a
Danger.
certain age at which they start to actually care or mean something or appreciate or whatever. And that's the question is, what is the cutoff at which point it actually makes sense to spend the money to go to Disneyland or whatever it might be.
I think you do Disneyland and amusement parks when they can remember.
Yeah.
Because then it's a waste.
Or
right?
at least when they understand, when they sort of get what it is.
Yeah.
There's rides. There's things to do. Yeah.
'Cause there's so many times you go to Disneyland and there's all these little kids in strollers just asleep.
My brother's girls are just they're at that point where it's like you need to get them to one of these places because they will just flip out.
They eat
How old
it
are
up.
they?
5 and the other one's 2.5, 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that's prime time.
I mean, the photos are cute when they're little and you take them to Disneyland, but like for your value, it's not. Is it worth like the $60 to $80?
Kids are probably
per
free
ticket?
for up to 2 or 3 or something, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
don't know.
believe so.
Probably to
Yeah,
a certain age.
Yeah.
I bet till 2, maybe
Yeah.
only till 2.
I would guess 2.
But you could probably
airlines.
thing about baby ages is you can lie about it for a long time.
Yeah.
You don't need no
Oh,
proof of
on airplanes?
identification.
Yeah, anywhere.
I'm like, no, Moxie, she just came out. She's like 4, talking.
Yeah.
She's big for her age. You see her daddy?
Yeah.
Well, that's big.
You being a father's got to be pretty exciting. I mean, do you have a name for him?
No, still working on names. And
What is
also,
it?
I think we're going to keep the name private. There's too much name hate going around.
There is a lot of name hate.
There's a lot of name hate. I'm
And
one of
just
those-
suggestions.
Yeah.
Too many suggestions.
Me?
No, just in general. Just a lot of suggestions from a lot of places.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
what
I
about
hated
this?
it.
What about that?
My mom was like, she's like, what are you thinking for names? And I was like, we're thinking Moxie. And then she goes,
What else?
what about Joy?
Yeah.
And I'm
right.
like, fuck Joy, Mom. I don't care about Joy. It's Moxie. And it's like, you know, Joy's really good too. It's like, great. Awesome. I don't know.
We got time.
You got some time.
You got
figure it
70
out.
days, man. Just
We
start
have this
mine.
cool app. Have you seen the baby name app?
No.
It's like Tinder, but for baby names. So you get the app, your
That's
wife gets the app,
awesome.
and then you both sit there and swipe. And if you both swipe right on a name, then it puts it into a list. And so you could swipe for half an hour or something. And then you go into your list and you say, okay, we both like this one, we both like that one.
You sure that's not like a
I would.
threesome app?
I think I want to. I think I want to write that same app and then have Madeline download it, but it's all names I want.
Right.
No, you could totally use that as like a threesome finder.
The
like-
free version does it for real. If you pay $2.99 to download it, then you can rig it.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
it-
All right. Good
so
to know.
It
There
does.
you go.
It brings up a lot of the same names and some odd ones. The other day, Jillian swiped Kermit,
Oh yeah.
like the frog.
And now did you accept it? Were you like, check?
I haven't accepted Kermit yet.
Yeah. Kermit's a tough one. My when I was growing up, I used to look in the phone book at names because I was weird. We came across a name by the name of Kermit Bacon. And I used to just
You have
roll.
to call that
I used to
person.
roll over just laughing because this guy's name was Kermit Bacon.
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, it's a terrible name.
The app is aptly named Baby Name.
Baby name.
That's
Well,
it.
You know what it is, and it's direct. Which
You could turn that into a very dirty game. Where like
You could.
Here,
it's like, oh, we both swiped.
Jacob
Oh, it tells you what it means too.
Chandler or Chanandler Baum,
Oh.
Chenandler Bing.
Travis, Franco, Kale. Jaden?
How do you feel about
Barnabas?
Tiberius?
What about Barnabas?
Barnabas?
No. Barnabas?
Hagen?
Hagen, matey.
Come on, Hagen.
And you get nifty little definitions. So Hagen means protector.
Oh, okay. Real simple definitions, huh?
I don't like it because then the teacher would be like, Hagen?
Gable?
Gable?
Dixon?
No.
Guess what Dixon means?
What?
Son of Dix.
Dix.
Oh, really? Son of Dix.
Who knew?
Who would've
What
thought?
an F.
Son of Dix. Get your butt downstairs.
Jeez.
You know, Daniel means God is my judge.
Really?
Yeah.
We've
Well,
had
that's
this
heavy.
conversation, right? You know what Kody means?
What?
Light, fluffy cushion. So, I'm winning the name game.
Kody, babe. What's Brandon mean? Do you know?
No idea.
Oh,
I bet Google knows. Brandon. The English meaning. It's an English baby name.
Yep.
In English, the meaning of the name Brandon is derived from a surname and place name based on the Old English for hill covered with broom. Broom is a prolific weed. Also from the Beacon Hill. All right.
Well, I've always felt like a weed.
You're
what's great is you're growing up above the grass.
Thank
And You're
Yeah.
reaching for that sunlight, and you're just trying to get to where you can get.
Good spin.
As
I
tall
like
as
it.
you can get.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Perfect.
This day in history.
Today in history, September 14th, 1901, President McKinley dies from an infection of a gunshot wound. He was killed by a crazy anarchist, a Polish American by the name of Leon. He was carrying a concealed .32 revolver in a handkerchief. Drawing his weapon, Leon shot McKinley twice at close range. One bullet deflected off a suit button, but the other entered his stomach, passing through the kidneys and lodged in his back. When he was operated on, doctors failed to find the bullet, and gangrene soon spread throughout his body. McKinley died 8 days later. Leon was convicted of murder and executed soon after the shooting. Moral of the story, don't go shooting presidents.
This day in history. Now, Brandon,
Yes, sir.
before you go, before you break away,
Would you like to play a game?
would you like to play dun 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 a little Star Wars trivia, sir?
Let's do it.
Now, I know you're a fan, and I didn't realize that you were only a fan of the movies,
That's right.
I told
You're going to stump me.
but I think I'll beat you down.
Cody's gonna be like, in book 132,
On page 74.
The Wampa's Revenge. How many children did the Wampa and Tauntaun create? Called the Twampa.
So, from the standpoint of winning this, there's not really anything you're going to win.
Okay.
All right.
Big incentive.
However, if you don't do well, everybody in the Star Wars community will know you're a fraud.
Yeah, you lose
Yeah.
all credibility.
So, no
even
matter
after
how many
writing
Star
2
Wars books you write, okay,
High risk. Sounds like a game I shouldn't play.
Well, we're gonna
I
see how that
defer.
goes. So I'm gonna start off with let's start off with kind of a gimme.
Is it me? Is it me versus Brandon?
Yeah,
or
you know
are
what?
we
I'll
just
throw them at
grilling
both
Brandon?
of you. Let's
Do we
give
buzz?
Brandon.
Do we buzz?
And by the way, this is not a multiple choice. I'm expecting you to know these.
I told
okay?
Cody, I was like, make it hard. We thought about doing quotes for you, and I was like, this guy can quote the entire movie.
But did you make these questions up or did they come from Google?
No, I didn't make these questions up. Come on, are you serious? I looked online. I took a whole bunch of quizzes myself, and I was able to get some answers.
Dude, there's a lot of Star Wars knowledge online that I do not have in my head. But
Well,
let's go.
we'll
Let's go.
see how
Let's
it
we
goes.
do.
We'll see how it goes.
Hey,
Yeah.
you can
So let's
do
start
this.
this
All
off.
right,
This is a
do
real
this.
simple one. What day is Star Wars Day?
Wow. A little bit of controversy on this.
Why?
Common knowledge, or what the general punters might say would be May the 4th.
Oh,
For May the 4th be with you.
yeah,
But
but
the diehards might say a day that you would like a lot, May 25th.
Yeah.
Because that is the day that the film was released.
the first premiere.
The first film was released on May 25th, as was Return of the Jedi. I think Empire was on the 21st.
Okay. all right.
Also my birthday.
Well, I'm going to say you got all of those right, and there was only
Boom.
one. So
Nailed it.
awesome.
but shout out to Jason Freert, who tried to create Star Wars Fan Day.
Star Wars Fan Day, that's right.
Oh,
Star Wars Fan Day was an effort to get people to watch Phantom Menace again so that they could beat Titanic's box office record. And Jason Freert, our high school friend, had a website called Star Wars vs. Titanic.
And did it win?
It never won. No,
It didn't win.
Star Wars Fan Day failed, but Jason's website did not fail because in high school he was getting paid like $500 a month by people to advertise on it, which at that time might have as well been like black magic. You
Holy
know?
cow.
Making
Yeah.
money from the internet.
Holy cow! That's
Yeah,
for him, yeah.
and then he bought some dope ass rims for his shit Honda Civic.
I had a Honda Civic with some dope ass rims.
And the website it was one of those
And some stickers.
those battle droids from the prequels, and you went to it and it was like Star Wars Fan Day does compute. Roger, Roger. I'll never forget that.
Oh, that's
shit.
amazing. Okay,
funny.
well, you got one here. The next one is you're a Yoda fan.
Love him.
What does Yoda mean?
What does it mean?
What does it mean? What is the word? You know what? This is a terrible question because now that I say it, I don't realize what does it mean in what language. But apparently, Yoda means what?
Yoda.
I don't know.
Yoda? Apparently, Yoda means warrior. I don't know in what language,
All right, I'll go with that.
but that's why it's a bad question because I
Got
can't
me.
tell you in what language.
Got me too, man.
Who was Yoda modeled after?
Albert Einstein and Stuart Freeborn, who sculpted him.
Okay,
I concur.
you're right.
Ding.
Well done, sir.
Nice.
Well done, sir. Well done. What is Chewbacca's home world?
Kashyyyk.
Yeah, and how do you spell it?
Original spelling or updated spelling?
Shit, I don't know. That's better than me. Let's go with the updated spelling.
I don't know.
Can you
What's the original spelling?
I don't know.
can you
either.
use it in a
Okay.
sentence?
How about Kashyyyk?
Ooh, you did. You got the third Y.
Yeah.
It's the third
There's
Y. I
three
chose
Ys?
Yeah,
Lot of
there's three
Ys.
Ys.
How the hell did you know that?
Kashyyyk. The Wookiees love to roll. They like
Well
rolling
done,
sounds.
sir. Well done, sir. On to the next one, being that you're basically flawless.
Wait,
at this point.
I'm sorry. Time out. Why would the Wookiees' homeland be a place that they can't even pronounce?
In your language, that's how you say it in English,
Right,
not
it's
how
called
you say it
something
in
else
Wookiee.
than Wookiee.
Yeah, in Wookiee, it's. I have no idea. That's a terrible Wookiee weird mix noise.
That was more like a Star
That's just
Trek.
how we say it. Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk, man.
Okay.
That's where Kanye hangs out.
I'm up in Kashyyyk, bitch.
That's right. That's right. What noise does Obi-Wan make to scare off the Tusken Raiders? I'm not asking you to repeat the noise.
Right.
What I'm asking is where does the noise from?
Yeah, there's like a name for it, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a creature.
Is it the Crate Dragon Howl?
Wow.
This dude, ladies and gentlemen,
Brandon,
it is
there you
the
go.
Crate Dragon.
He knows his stuff.
He does know his stuff. In the infamous Star Wars Holiday Special, who is Lumpy?
Lumpy, Chewbacca's son.
Yeah!
Love that little guy.
Oh my god.
Damn, dude.
Let's see. Okay, this is a kind of a tough one, but you probably know this. What is the operating number of the stormtrooper whose identity is taken by Luke?
That's not hard.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
Do I know this?
Yeah, probably.
TK421?
Of course.
Shit, yeah.
Bingo.
Woo, bring out some hard ones.
What did Obi-Wan and Han settle for on his path to Alderaan? How much?
What was the deal?
Yeah, how much was it for?
Oh, I have no idea.
17, huh?
Wow! This guy who
2,000 now.
who piloted the Y-wing that escapes the destruction of the first Death Star?
Is it?
I feel like it would be Wedge, but I don't know if it is
I
Wedge.
felt like it would be Wedge too.
Is it Eckhart?
No, Aaron Eckhart.
No.
Who else comes back?
Which film? Sorry.
No, because Wedge, he's already bugged out, right? Because there's that line, "Get clear, Wedge. You can't do any more good
Yeah,
back there."
exactly.
So Wedge is already bugged out. So
Well, you think all of them have bugged out, but really, after Luke ends up blowing it up, there's still other people.
I don't know
there.
if you know who's in that Y-wing. I don't know if it's clear.
Well,
Is that a trick question?
apparently there's a name here. I've got a name here. K.N. Farlander.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either because I
Yeah.
don't know who.
We don't accept that
And
question.
then I guess Okay, this will be the last question because you pretty much won this.
I can only
stop
name
you.
a few pilots. How many pilots can you name?
I can't name any pilots.
You
Luke,
can't name any pilots? We just named
Luke
Wedge.
and Wedge. Like Luke and Wedge is all I've got. Or who's in Empire? Dak? That ends up dying?
Right. Yeah. What about Porkins?
Oh yeah, the chubby dude.
Yeah, or Biggs. Or Biggs.
Who's the guy who plays Eckhart in Batman?
That's Porkins.
That's Porkins?
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Think
Holy
about the
cow!
Isn't he Eckhart?
He does. Holy cow! I didn't know that.
Stay on
And he's
target.
also in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's the guy at the end who goes top men.
Oh wow,
The big dude?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, do you have any, like...
His name's William Hootkins.
Can you bless us with some, like, Star Wars knowledge that not many people would know?
Well,
Like, just like the shit,
Nothing
the
you
stuff you're
could
telling
reveal
us?
publicly.
I don't know. Interesting or not interesting?
I don't know.
I want to ask Kody some trivia questions.
Do it.
What are the odds of successfully navigating an asteroid field?
I don't know. 7?
No, man.
1 in 21 billion odds.
Dan?
Dude, I'm terrible with remembering lines.
3 out of 4.
What is it?
You guys
what is
failed.
it? What is it?
3,720 to 1.
Damn.
3,720 to 1.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. That's don't ever give me the odds.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you're in there.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got? Any
Okay,
more?
this is my final one. I'm going to throw this at you. What's the first line of dialogue in A New Hope?
Ooh. Well, is it C-3PO?
I don't know who said it. I think it is C-3PO. C-3PO, actually.
Is this from
Is it
25?
This Is Madness?
No, it's not.
Shit. Failed. What is it?
Did you hear that?
Is it, did you hear that? This is Madness?
Did you hear that? This is Matt. Oh, maybe that's after it.
Now we got to Google it. Let's look it up. It is C-3PO, and the complete line is, did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. Will be destroyed for sure. This is madness.
Ooh.
So I had part of it.
Yeah,
You
you
had
did.
part
You
of
did.
it.
You did.
I was in there. Just
That's
wasn't
one
the
whole
thing.
line. He's not interrupted by
No,
beeps.
that's the whole line. That's right.
There's no boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
How many?
What about the first line in Empire?
Oh, let me see.
Is it?
No.
Isn't
Guess
it
so.
that black pod?
No, that's the probe droid.
Oh,
The first one is no after it.
Empire.
The first
I'll
line.
give you a hint. It's Luke.
Yeah, it's after he ends up blowing it up, and then he ends up calling into the place. What does he say? Shit, what does he say? I don't know.
Power converters.
No, man. That's the first one.
We need more moisture evaporators.
All right, I'll
out
give you
here.
another hint. He's calling Han, not the base.
Okay, he's calling Han. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a look around. I just saw something
Oh,
off
yeah.
in space, something like that, right?
Yeah, doesn't like Han want him to come in?
No, what's the first thing he says?
Echo 3 to Echo 7. Han, old buddy, do you read me?
Ah, that's right. Such a great way to start it too.
You were almost there.
Yeah,
How many languages is C-3PO fluent in?
that's easy.
Over 6 million forms of communication.
More than 6 million.
You got it. He's the man. He's the champ.
I didn't get the opening line, though, so you stumped me on
Yeah,
one.
close.
And I
You-
said I
you're
knew
pretty
about the
close to
movies,
it.
and it was a movie question, so you got me.
That's all right. You're not known as a failure in my book,
Thanks.
nor your books.
Oh, these trivia questions. Are
All right,
stupid.
perfect. Awesome.
This was fun, man.
Brandon, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to me rant today.
Thank you for listening to every episode and coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
B.
That's what I'm here for.
We wanted to be able to
Support.
We wanted to make sure that you had your opportunity. I can finally sleep now that Jillian won't be calling me in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
telling me about your tears of
That's
not being
right.
able to be on the show. So-
And real quick, the next book that drops on Amazon.
It's Star Wars Art Ralph McQuarrie, and that's out September 27th, same day as the Prop Store auction.
Nice.
And you can pre-order it right now on Amazon. It's 2 volumes, 400 pages each, 800 total pages, every piece of Star Wars artwork that Ralph McQuarrie did. Ralph McQuarrie is the guy who came up with the initial designs for people like characters like Darth Vader and R2-D2. So
It's real beautiful.
Some pretty
He had a lot
amazing
to do
stuff.
with it.
I've
Yeah.
certainly seen several of the images. He's done some incredible stuff. So
yeah.
check that book out on September 22nd.
One other plug, I'm going to be on a show called Pop Culture Quest with Mark Hamill.
Nice.
Which
Oh,
I
that's
think is
awesome.
out in the next, month or two or something. So I got to sit and chat with Mark Hamill for 20 minutes, which was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
check that out,
Anything
too.
you've learned? Anything new from Mark Hamill?
He was telling stories about the filming of the movie, some stuff that I hadn't heard before.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a cool experience. He's a good guy to sit and chat with. He's very entertaining, very interesting.
Cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Awesome.
We will look for it. Bree, thanks for being on the podcast, man.
Thanks for having me.
See you at work tomorrow.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of the Dan and Kody podcast. Remember, the Prop Store's Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction is September 27th at Odeon, BFI, IMAX Theaters. You can register for that auction at www.propstore.com/auction. The Phil Tippett auction is October 10th, and our Twilight Saga auction is November 19th and 20th at the TCL Chinese Theater. You can register for all of these at propstore.com. Remember to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube page. We're now on iTunes, and you can bookmark our website, the Dan and Kody Podcast.simplecast.fm. Subscribe, bitch!
Everybody play the tough guy shit, alright.